Hey everyone, I'm Ashley Osinski. I was a middle school counselor for 13 years, and I'm just so excited to be here launching this space on YouTube to support school counselors. After leaving the schools in May 2024, I just felt such a strong pull to return to what I love, which is helping school counselors navigate the incredible yet often misunderstood profession. So for 6 of my 13 years, I was our district's counseling representative. So in that position, I advocated for the school counselors at board meetings. I planned our quarterly PD. I gathered data, and I was just overall the voice for school counselors with our central office. And I loved it. I loved being an advocate and a leader in that space. And then I also had a unique opportunity to step into a role that solely focused on student and staff well-being at the district level. And that experience solidified something that I'd known for years, which was that we need to support the adults who are supporting the kids. So often I'm hearing about teachers who are leaving so rapidly from education, counselors who are leaving. And it's not that we have a shortage of people who are licensed, but I think we have a shortage of adults who have been given the resources to really thrive in this profession. And so if school staff are struggling, then we know that the entire system struggles. Through all these experiences, I've become deeply passionate about school counseling. And what I've noticed over my time of 13 years is that there really is a lack of trainings available, resources, knowledge, support, everything around school counseling. And so that's really my goal with this YouTube, is to provide more meaningful information about what it really means to be a school counselor and all the nuance that goes into it that's different from clinical counseling. And so let's back up a little. So about 7 years ago, I reached out to a local university's school counseling program, hoping to mentor and teach future school counselors. But I quickly learned that without a PhD, one that would require quitting my job and doing another internship, that I wasn't going to be able to teach. And so I felt like that door just closed. And that's when I then became the district counseling rep. It felt like here was my opportunity to now work with school counselors. But still the passion of wanting to work with school counselors, it never really left. So fast forward a few years, and I was meeting with another professor at a local university, and he shared with me that there's a shortage of school counselors teaching future school counselors. So many master's level students are being taught by clinical counselors instead. And while clinical counseling is amazing, I did both tracks through my master's program. It is a completely different world from school counseling. School counselors, we don't provide therapy. We work within a school system managing academic, social, emotional, and career development, often using only solutions-focused therapy strategies that we have to fit into 5 to 10 minute bursts between classes or meetings and crises. And we're navigating the whole child, right? We're navigating families, teachers, administrators, all while ensuring students get what they need. And yet many graduate programs, they don't touch on the essential topics like 504s, classroom management for when you're teaching lessons, because many school counselors do not have a background in education, or how to communicate with families in these complex situations, how to lead professional development for your teachers to help them impact the classroom setting. And again, I know if you look at ASCA and other programs for counselors, those things really shouldn't be discussed because they're not technically in our role, like 504s. We shouldn't be doing them. But what's happening more and more is that in districts, especially in public education, we are being charged with it. So I think it's important to share kind of the realities and the day-to-day of what school counselors are being asked to do, and not just the ideal that we see presented, because we would all love to do the ideal, but that's just not the reality for many of us. So when I was in grad school, I left my program so excited to help kids. I felt ready for all of my one-on-one, my group counseling with students, but I wasn't fully prepared for the reality of the job. It took me several years to really figure all of the details out. What are the things that I can say, can't say, even just things like confidentiality, because it's so different in a school setting, it takes a long time to figure out, like I said, all the nuance of this role. And this past fall, I presented at really the one school counseling conference that's in Ohio, the All Ohio Counselor Conference. And I presented about regulation and navigating dysregulation in your counseling office or in the classroom setting. And I wasn't sure what to expect. I did not know how many people were going to come to this. And over 250 school counselors attended. And their feedback was incredible. And it confirmed what I already knew, which is that school counselors really need to have a space to have conversations about what we're really seeing in the schools, to receive PD that is relevant, practical, and just real world support. And so while I may not have a PhD or a university classroom, I do have this platform. And so I'm doing it my way. When I look up on YouTube or Google or Pinterest, I see so much available for teachers. And I just don't see that available for counselors. And I understand we are a small but mighty group, but we need support. This space is for school counselors who want to feel more confident, prepared, and supported. Each week, I'm going to share tips, strategies, and insights from my time as a middle school counselor, whether it's navigating tricky behavior, effectively supporting teachers, building trust with families, what books or programs did I use and really love, or setting boundaries so that you can actually enjoy your life outside of work because you matter too. And so you really are, I think, as a school counselor, you are the backbone of your school's mental health support system. And you deserve resources that actually help and meaningful conversations. So many of us are the only school counselor in a whole building, and we need to have more of that team approach. So if that sounds like something you need, then stick around. Let's start the conversation, build this community, and make school counseling stronger. So if this resonates with you, hit subscribe, drop a comment below. I would love to hear what topics you need the most support with, and I will see you next time.